Hello, my dear students. One more time, I welcome you all to my English class. And my dear students, my dear second standard students, I hope that you all are fit and fine. You all are healthy. You all are studying at home as you did in the school. I hope that you all are even maintaining your notes. You are watching the videos again and again, not for one but for every subject. And my dear students, now for today I have brought one more English class, one more theory English class, in which again I am going to give you the theory of lesson number 1. And you know that our objective for English class, for 2 or 3 English class, since 2 or 3 English class, our objective is only to finish and the theory which is left out, and also not for the one chapter but for 1 and 3 2 chapters, out of which we have already completed chapter number 3, correct? Now chapter number 1 we were doing since last lecture, and in the previous lecture we have covered maximum possible objectives of lesson number 1, and now in this lecture we are going to finish lesson number 1 throughout till the question answers, also including the objectives which we were not able to complete in the previous lecture. I hope students you all are sitting with the pencil and the book, because since 3 lectures I am repeating that you have to keep your pencil and book along with you as the theory lecture is going on. So my dear students, as in a class I write on the board and I dictate. Similarly you will see the written things on the TV screens and the mobile screens, and I will dictate as I do in the class. But this, you know that I dictate 3 times, I explain the questions, and while I am dictating and explaining, your job is to jot it down, to write it down in your books quickly. So this is like an interesting task. Let us start with lesson number 1, fill in the blanks, and you know that new topic in the new page. Every time you change the topic, you need to change the page. Give proper heading, fill in the blanks, should be written in the header part of the page properly. Lesson name, date, everything should be given. That is the header part. So fill in the blanks. Now you only need to repeat the answer 3 times. Write it 1 time. Full blanks you have to write, but 1 time. So let's get started. Now see, don't worry, this is underlined because in dictionary there is no meaning of issue bossy. So this is not spelling mistake, but this is just an computer related an error. So no need to worry about it, just ignore it. So here my dear students, the first blank, I hope that you have started writing it, because I'm not going to give you much time. So here my students, the first blank, I'm going to read it for you. Issue bossy's father made him a little dash. So what gift did issue bossy's father gave him? Obviously you all know that he made a sword from a little sewing needle, stitching needle. You know, you use the needle for stitching. I even told you while I was explaining you the lesson that if you might have seen your mother or your grandmother using that needle while they are stitching your clothes, correct? While altering the clothes. So the answer is sword. I repeat it. I will repeat 2 more times so that you can just write it down again if you haven't written. But now I hope that you all have written this, but still I will repeat 2 times so as to give you the sufficient time. Issue bossy's father made him a little dash, and the answer is sword. I should repeat it 1 more time, I think. Issue bossy's father made him a little dash. Answer is sword. Just make sure that you put this apostrophe mark properly. Issue bossy's father, bossy's. So apostrophe s is necessary as you are directly pointing on his father. Whose father he is? He is issue bossy's father. So apostrophe s is necessary. Moving on to second one. The giant spat dash out of the mouth. Answer is Ishubosi. As you all know that at first giant who was overconfident, the monster gobbled Ishubosi in his mouth. And then what happened? Ishubosi started beating the monster with the needle, with the sword he was having. So finally giant had to spat out Ishubosi from the mouth rather than eating him. So what is the answer? What is the answer? Ishubosi. The giant spat dash out of the mouth. Answer is Ishubosi. One more time I will repeat so that you can just write it down. The giant spat dash out of the mouth. Answer is Ishubosi. I should repeat one more time. The giant spat dash out of the mouth. Answer is Ishubosi. See, as much as time I repeat the answer, you even have to repeat the answers. Though you are writing the question and answer both here, the blanks, full blanks you are writing, but still you need to repeat after me, so that along with writing, your reading work is also done. Now, number 3. Ishubosi sailed in a dash bowl. Answer is soup. You know that when the father gifted him a sword which was made from needle, his mother gifted him a boat which was made from a soup bowl. Okay, so I'll repeat one more time. I hope that you have written by now, because I told you before also, when I'm explaining you have to start writing it. You don't have to look onto it, you just have to pay attention, you have to just listen to it. Okay, Ishubosi sailed in a dash bowl. Answer is soup. I will repeat it one more time. Ishubosi sailed in a dash bowl. Answer is soup, in a soup bowl. So in yesterday's TF you might have seen that Ishubosi sailed to the city in a cup. So it was false, correct? Because the right is soup bowl. The right answer is soup bowl in which he sailed, isn't it? Okay, moving on to number 4. Ishubosi and Princess Dashk were soon married. So here actually the name of princess is asked. The hint is already given. See, princess is not in a blank. It is not in the question. You just need to remember Sanjo, Princess Sanjo or Sanjo, whatever you pronounce it like. So answer is Sanjo. Ishubosi and Princess Dashk were soon married. Answer is Sanjo. So you know that the Princess Sanjo was daughter of Lord Sanjo, correct? So this is very much easy, nothing is complicated in this. If you remember the story, you will be able to remember the answer as well. I shall repeat it 2 more times so that you get sufficient amount of time to write it, ample of time. Okay, Ishubosi and Princess Dashk were soon married. Answer is Sanjo. See that Sanjo, S is capital, Ishubosi, I and B are capital. Don't make this mistake in English, because these both are the proper nouns. Okay, one more time I'll repeat and I'll change the page. Ishubosi and Princess Dashk were soon married. Answer is Sanjo. Okay, I hope you have written. Now, 5th one. The giant had a magical dash. Answer is hammer. I showed you the hammer while I was explaining you the story, my dear students. So if you haven't watched it, I would like you to go there back in the link of explanation of stories, and you just watch it again and again so that you can understand. And the hammer was golden in the color because it was a magical, correct? So the giant had a dash, a magical dash, hammer. Okay, so if I want to ask you in MCQ form, I may give you the other options other than the hammer, but if you have learnt it perfectly, you should know that the answer is hammer. Okay, I would like to repeat it 2 more times for you so that you can just write it down. The giant had a magical dash. Answer is hammer. I'd like to repeat one more time. The giant had a magical dash. Answer is hammer. Okay, hammer. To fix the nail on the wall, generally you might have seen your father or your grandfather having that hammer in their hand when they fix the nail on the wall or anywhere. Yes, generally it is used to fix the nail. Okay, so moving on to make sentences using the following words. This is 2 of lesson number 1, but still again and again I'm repeating, if the new topic is there, new heading is there, you should write on the new page, because header is only 1 at each page. So you can just write make sentences, that is okay if you don't want to write the full thing, but don't write MS, please. That will not be allowed. People, you just have the habit of writing MS. So sorry, in advance I would say that I'll just put cross mark if you will write MS. You need to write make sentences. Yes, full word is given here, make sentences. So please do write full form. Don't just write abbreviation form MS. Correct? So now the first. Now I have been always telling you that you can make the sentences of your choice. The choice is all yours. It is not necessary that whatever you see on the screen you just copy it down. For this context, make sentences. Okay. So make sentence means that you need to make sentence. It is not for us, it is for the students, but still I give you so that in case if the word is hard for you, or if you want to get any kind of hint that how should you use the word. So for that purpose I am giving it to you. So if you write the sentence of your choice, don't worry, I'll correct that. If it is grammatically incorrect, I'll correct it, but otherwise you can use it on your own. Number 1 is brave. Number 1 is brave. Brave means who is not coward, who has the courage, good courage of doing something, is called brave. So in this story, actually in Ishubosi's story, Ishubosi was really brave boy, isn't it so? Okay, so answers I have written, I have given 2 choices here. He is a brave man. So again, you need to underline the word on which you are making the sentence. Correct? You need to underline brave as you are making the word. You need to highlight that yes, this is the word I have used from the question you have given. The second I have made here is the soldier was very brave. Yes, soldiers are generally gallant. Gallant means brave, one and the same. So even if you use that word gallant, if you are an extraordinary student, if you want to use that word gallant, that's okay. But be precise. If you are given with the word brave, do use that same word. Okay, I'll repeat one more time. So even if you want to write any one of these or of your choice, that is up to you. First sentence I have made is, he is a brave man. I have used the word brave and I have underlined it to show that I have used that word from the question. The second sentence is, which I have made is, the soldier was very brave. Now here again I have used the word brave and I have underlined it. Isn't it so? Okay, so just to show you that I have used that word. So you have to do the same thing whenever you are writing in your book. Just underline that word you have used for make sentence specially. Moving on to second word, magic. What is magic? You did not have to understand it, correct? Magic means some things which are practically not possible and you do it. That is magic, isn't it so? Like humans fly. This is magic, this is not possible. Either it is imaginary or magic. Usually magicians do magic. When you go to magic show, what happens? They are just performing tricks of magic, correct? So here the word magic, I have made 2 sentences again. You can make if you want of your own choice. First sentence which I have made is, magician had good magic tricks. Obviously, he had a good, so if you come out of a magic show, you say that magician had a good magic tricks. So this is, I have just made the sentence from that experience. So here I have highlighted the word magic as I have shown that I have used that word from the question. So, and the second sentence I have made is, the magic was unbelievable. So again, when you come out of the magic show, you are very much happy, and when you are on the way or at your home, what do you say to your cousin or to your real brothers, sisters, or to your family members? That mom, the magic was unbelievable. So this is what I have written with that experience. So see, you know, this is nothing hard. You don't have to, copy down or by heart these sentences only. You can make your own sentence. You just need to remember when have you used these kind of words in your real life. So 2 sentences again I would like to repeat. So even if you have left out to note it down, you can note it down in your books. Magician had good magic tricks. Magic should be underlined. Again, the second sentence I have made is, the magic was unbelievable. Correct? This is a kind of expression you are giving. So exclamatory mark I have just put at the end of the sentence. Magic again I had underlined in this sentence. Moving on. Third word for you is sword. Answer is, the first sentence I have made is, the king had a big sword. So if you visit to various palaces, castles, and plenty of the museums where the remains of the kings are there, or where the museums related to the historical places are there, you might see the sword which in ancient time kings used to keep with them or used it. So there you might see the size of the sword seems to be very big, as you now see. So they really used a big and heavy swords, correct? So this is what I have made from, I have prepared the sentence from that thing. The king had a big sword. I have used the word sword, so I have underlined it. The second which I have prepared is from the lesson itself. You see, Ishu Bossy had a tiny sword. Yes, you all know now that Ishu Bossy had a tiny sword which was made from the needle, which his father gifted him. So Ishu Bossy had a tiny sword. Again I have underlined the word sword as I have used it properly in the sentence. Hope that you will make your own sentence, because this is very easy word. Moving on to the fourth word, princess. Who is princess? Princess is kind of pronoun used for particular, or you can say it is a noun, correct? It is even the post you give to someone, princess, who is a daughter of king. We call that girl as a princess. We consider them as a princess, correct? So here you just need to make the sentence. You can even make the sentence from the chapter itself, from the lessons itself. So here I have made 2 sentences again. She is a beautiful princess. Princess, they used to wear good clothes, good ornaments, and they used to get ready every day with the beautiful stuff they are having. So she is a beautiful princess. I have underlined the princess again. And what is the second sentence? Princess lives in a palace. Obviously they do not live in a small hut or cottage. They live in a palace. So this is normal sentence. You can even think of this sentence like I have made. So princess lives in a palace. Again I have underlined the word princess. So students, I hope that you are writing when I am explaining you this. You don't have to just listen. You have to write and listen simultaneously. Correct? Okay, moving on to lesson number 1, question answers. Now I'll give you sufficient amount of time to write answers. See again, students, I have sent you the PDF file of textbook in which you will get questions. So no need to copy the questions. You just need to write the answers. I hope I am very much clear. You just need to write down the answers. As soon as you find the answer on your screen, start writing at that spot. Yes, you start writing the answer. I'll just read the question and explain the answer. What did Ishu Bossy's father give him? It is very clear. little sword, correct? But you cannot just write little sword because this is not answer in one word. You need to make the sentence, and the easy trick is half of the answer is from the question itself. So as I have made, I'll read the answer and explain you. Ishubosi's father gave him a tiny little sword. So actual answer is tiny little sword, but the remaining answer which I have made is from the question itself. If you watch clearly, what did Ishubosi's father give him? So starting from this point, Ishubosi's father gave him a tiny little sword. A because it was one and only one, not more than one. So I'll repeat the answer 2 times so that again you can just write it down if you have not. Ishubosi's father gave him a tiny little sword. I shall repeat it one more time. Ishubosi's father gave him a tiny little sword. Okay, just ignore this underlines because this is just computer related errors. No need to worry, but make sure answer when you write the proper noun Ishubosi, IB, both should be capital. I would repeat again and again so that it will get into your mind exactly what am I instructing you. Moving on to the next question. What was the name of the master of the house? When Ishubosi, you just start writing and listen to me, students. So what was the name of the master of the house? The question asks you something related to when the Ishubosi reached to the town, reached to the city. So you know that when Ishubosi reached to the city, he directly stood, the picture was there in the textbook. When I was explaining you, I showed you that the picture was that he was standing outside the big gate. Inside there was a big mansion. Actually we need not have to add big to it. Mansion itself is very big house. So students, you know that Ishubosi directly went to the big house of master. But which master? The master about which Ishubosi already he inquired about him. So the answer is Lord Sanjo was the name of master of the house. See again, Lord Sanjo is the main answer, and the remaining sentence which I have written is from the question itself only. So this is the easy trick to remember the answers. You don't have to really mug up. You need to understand the pattern of the answer, and that's it. And half of the problem is always solved if you understand the question. So I'll repeat the answer 2 more times. Lord Sanjo was the name of master of the house. Okay, I shall repeat it one more time. Lord Sanjo. See students, if you have written it, I would suggest you to repeat the answers after me once if you have written in your books. Okay, so the answer again I would like to repeat. Lord Sanjo was the name of master of the house. So the half of the answer is as it is from the question. The main answer you just need to remember. Moving on to question number 3. Just start writing the answers, my dear students, and just I'll read the question and explain it to you. So for that you just need your ears and not your eyes. So your eyes and your hands should be in your book, and just start writing. What did the giant leave behind? When Ishubosi fought with the giant, he was anyhow eventually able to win that fight. He was successfully able to drove the giant away. So what did the giant leave behind when he was running away towards the woods, towards the forest again, or from where did he come? So actually the answer is the giant left his magical hammer behind. Yes, using that hammer only Ishubosi was able to again get his height or grew his height, or you should say that he was able to grow his height because of that magical hammer which giant left behind. So I will repeat the answer 2 more times for you. The giant left his magical hammer behind. I would repeat the answer one more time for you. The giant left his magical hammer behind. Okay. One more time I'll read it for you, students. The giant left his magical hammer behind. Okay. So make sure you apply the full stop and capitalization in the beginning and the ending of the sentence, so that your answer is correct grammatically also and content wise also. Moving on to the fourth question. Do you think Ishibashi was a brave and intelligent? Now you cannot deny this, students. Ishibashi was brave and intelligent both. He showed his intelligence when, if you remember the story, my dear students. Okay, you start writing and listen to me simultaneously. So if you remember the story, my dear students, that when Ishibashi arrived actually to the Lord Sanjo's house, Lord Sanjo was underestimating Ishibashi. He said that, you little fellow, how can you help me? Then if you remember that Ishibashi, on that spot, he removed his sword and drove the mosquito away from Lord Sanjo. Correct? Mosquito who was otherwise going to, make a buzzing sound in the Lord Sanjo's ear and disturb Lord Sanjo. So on that spot, Ishibashi removed the tiny sword and drove the mosquito, or you should say killed the mosquito. So that is how he proved his intelligence. And students, how did he prove his bravery? Obviously, you know that he fought with a giant, which was almost like, Ishibashi was almost of size of giant's nail. Still he anyhow proved himself his bravery, and he saved Princess Sanjo. So you don't need more evidence for this, right? So the answer is yes. Ishibashi was certainly brave and intelligent boy. So you see, certainly means nothing, but if you don't have doubt about something, you say certainly, or you can even say undoubtedly, but that is a complex word for you, so I have written certainly. So I will repeat 2 times, so I hope that you will write in a meantime. Answer is yes, Ishibashi was certainly brave and intelligent boy. I will repeat the answer one more time. Yes, Ishibashi was certainly brave and intelligent boy. Now you see, my dear students, wherever I have put comma, capitalization, full stop in every answer, please make sure you have done that. If you have failed doing this in this live lecture, you can even watch the video again and again from the YouTube channels we provide you, so that your content and your grammatically everything is correct in your answers. So I hope that you have written that perfectly. So lastly, I thank you all for watching the video, and make sure you complete this work in your books. See students, I am not enforcing you anything, any rule that you write in your fair book for now. I know that many of you do not have the fair book. You can write it in your rough book, but what happened, many of you have seen when you send the homework, you write in such an untidy way. You cancel something, sometimes you have to you overwrite. So this is what I cannot accept. So I suggest, whenever you are writing in the video lectures, in the previous lectures also I have told you that you write in the rough book on the video lectures, and then after you have just noted down in your rough books, you can easily write in your fair notebooks. So that is what you can do after the lecture gets over. And even if you will write 2 times, you will be able to learn it properly. So I have clearly written that in your books with legible writing. So writing should be legible. Again, I would like to explain you, not too small, not too big, not very bad. I'm not saying that all of you have good handwriting. Okay, if you don't have good writing, it is not necessary to have good writing for each and every student, but at least it should be legible and readable. That's it. So I hope that you will follow these instructions. I hope that you enjoyed the lecture too. Goodbye, take care of yourselves.